I don't think they will. Okay.
Alrighty.
What you had?
Love you too.
Okay, bye.
That's how you drive in Indiana? There's a new Tennessee law that goes into effect today, and it's the hands-free law. It basically governs your use of a mobile device, a cell phone, while you're driving. Number one, you're not allowed to handle, hold, or support a mobile device or a phone while you are driving. Now, a lot of people would think, well, that just kind of goes without saying. Wouldn't that go along with the no texting? This just expands it to what some other states have already done, and that basically saying that you can't even be holding the phone up to your ear. You can't be holding the phone at all. It covers other instances and uses of electronic devices, including navigation. It gives you certain circumstances and reasons that you could be interacting with a device, and it does specify, like, if it's a single button, like a single button to hang up if you're using hands-free Bluetooth, single button to make a call, and so on, or to even, you know, send a voice dictated message. What I'm going to do is pull up the law, put it up on the screen, and we'll go line by line. I'm not an attorney, so I'm basically just going to, you know, interpret it the way I read it, and if I'm incorrect, hey, I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments. But what I'd really like to know in the comments section is your thoughts on this law altogether. A lot of people call this the nanny state, that, you know, we are being micromanaged to such a degree. Some people, myself included, would see this as just another arbitrary reason to get pulled over. Oh, well, I saw him holding his phone. And, well, no, I wasn't. But how do I prove it? The way I prove it, this camera right here. From now on, I will always be driving with a camera facing me. I started off with just a camera facing out the front of the vehicle. Then I went front and rear. Now I have added inside the cabin. Sad that I find it necessary, but I'll be damned if I'm going to get pulled over for a trumped up reason just to look for something else, or just to jack me up for a ticket. I'm not going to stand for it, and I don't think you should either. Hey, obey the law, do the right thing, but there are people who are doing the right thing, obeying the law, and still getting pulled over. I've known people who were pulled over for not wearing their seatbelt, but they were wearing their seatbelt. So if I have this camera, you're going to see what I'm doing, where my hands are, where my eyes are, what I'm doing, and I'll be able to have that as evidence if I am ever stopped. Granted, if I'm doing something wrong, it'll be evidence against me, but I don't plan on doing anything wrong. So let's have a look at the law and break it down for you.
The basics of the new law state that you cannot hold a cell phone or mobile device with any part of your body, write, send, or read any text-based communication, reach for a cell phone or mobile device in a manner that requires the driver to no longer be seated in a driving position or properly restrained by a seatbelt. You also cannot watch a video or movie on a cell phone or mobile device and record or broadcast video on a cell phone or mobile device. There are more details and subsections, so let's dig a little bit deeper. So the law states, a person while operating a motor vehicle on any road or highway in this state shall not physically hold or support with any part of the person's body a wireless telecommunications device. Now that has been described specifically as a cellular telephone, a portable telephone, a text messaging device, a personal digital assistant, a standalone computer, a global positioning system receiver, or substantially similar portable wireless device that is used to initiate or receive communication information or data. The description goes on to say that this does not include basically CB radios or handheld walkie-talkies. The law specifies that it does not prohibit a person 18 years of age or older from using an earpiece, headphone device, or device worn on the wrist to conduct a voice-based communication, or from using only one button on a wireless device to initiate or terminate a voice communication. But you see, here's the problem. You may reach forward and touch to hang up a call, but you have now touched the device, even though you're not holding it. The extent to which you are using the device, whether you're typing or just hanging up a call, is very arbitrary. And here's where it's a gray area that you could absolutely get pulled over for. You are not allowed to write, send, or read any text-based communication, including but not limited to a text message, instant message, email, or internet data on a wireless communications device. This does not apply to anyone 18 years of age or older if they are using the device to automatically convert a voice-based communication to be sent as a message in written form, or for navigation of the motor vehicle through use of the device's global positioning system. Again, this could be very arbitrary for what you are using the device for, even if you are not holding the device. You can get pulled over. You are not allowed to reach for a wireless telecommunications device or standalone electronic device in a manner that requires the driver to no longer be in a seated position or properly restrained by a safety belt. You are not allowed to watch a video or movie on a wireless telecommunications device or a standalone electronics device other than viewing data related to the navigation of the motor vehicle. Again, you could have your navigation on your screen, and a police officer could say that you had a TV show on, or that you were watching YouTube, even if you weren't. This section was of interest to me especially, as it says you are not allowed to record or broadcast video on a wireless telecommunications device or standalone electronic device, but it does not apply to electronic devices used for the sole purpose of continuously recording or broadcasting video within or outside the motor vehicle. That would apply to my dash cameras. Does it keep me from getting pulled over and accused of the first part of that law? Not sure. I guess we'll find out. It goes on to say, in addition to the exceptions described in the subdivisions, a function or feature of a wireless telecommunications device or standalone electronic device may be activated or deactivated in a manner requiring the physical use of the driver's hand while the driver is operating the motor vehicle if the device or standalone electronic device is mounted on the vehicle's windshield, dashboard, or center console in a manner that does not hinder the driver's view of the road. And if the driver's hand is used to activate or deactivate a feature or function of the device with the motion of one swipe or tap of the driver's finger and does not activate camera, video, or gaming features or functions for viewing, recording, amusement, or other non-navigational functions other than features or functions related to the transportation of persons or property for compensation or payment of a fee. So where exactly do you get to defend yourself if you're saying, I just swiped, it was one action, I just hit stop, I just engaged the device in compliance with this subsection? It's totally arbitrary, and now the police have dozens more reasons to say they pulled you over.
But just a little future reference. If I would write you a ticket for
Understood.
that and I pays you, and a police officer tells in court to the judge, you know what, I pays them, and say, we don't lie, sir. We don't lie, sir. We don't lie, sir. We don't lie, sir. We don't lie, sir.
When we get to the violations, we see that it is a Class C misdemeanor, subject only to the imposition of a fine not to exceed $50. However, if the violation is the person's third or subsequent offense, or if the violation results in an accident, the fine is $100. If the violation occurs in a work zone, when employees of the Department of Transportation or construction workers are present, or in a marked school zone, when a warning flasher or flashers are in operation, the fine is $200. Any person violating this section is subject to the imposition of court costs not to exceed $10, including, but not limited to, any statutory fees of officers. A person who violates this section as a first offense may attend a driver education course. That can actually be more than just the ticket. But each violation constitutes a separate offense. You're going to get 3 points on your license for each one. Guess what? You get pulled over for 4 of these, that's 12 points, and you lose your license.
So that right there is the basics of the law, and I have my daughter here who has her learner permit. We've actually been having her learn how to drive a stick in this Shelby. Yeah, I would love to have her in a car with a manual transmission, because it already uses up a lot of, you know, your attention and your hands. You can't be doing a whole lot extra when you're driving a car like this, especially around the city. What are your thoughts of there being laws that you can't even hold your phone?
Okay. I'm pretty sure you and I have the same opinion on the fact that they're going to use it as an excuse to pull people over. But a few years ago, when I was doing my youth in government thing, a kid presented a bill saying that he wanted to take out radios that had touch-free systems and everything, so that there's nothing in your car that could possibly distract you at all. So I'm worried that they're
like not even have the Bluetooth where you can have a conversation with somebody? Just
no, because his argument with that was that it would distract people. So I feel like taking away like our ability to hold phones at all in any way, shape, or form while we're driving is kind of a step closer to that. And it makes there's so many arguments that can go both ways. I do think it's a good thing to like prevent distracted driving and stuff, but people are gonna find ways around it. I don't have to hold my phone to talk on the phone.
Right.
I have speakerphone.
Yeah.
I have Bluetooth. I have auxiliary. I just feel like it's more of an excuse. Like, I don't know how many people have been in car accidents for not driving with both hands. They should pull people over for eating something while driving.
Well, let's talk about that, because, you know, I like Mad Magazine, and Mad Magazine had an article about life hacks. And in this life hacks article, it talks about it being illegal to be holding your cell phone, but it's not illegal to be eating a sandwich. So they said, take your cell phone, put it in a sandwich. So they don't see the phone. I thought that was pretty funny. I kind of have a problem with, okay, there's so many areas in the law that we saw when we just went over them just now, that allow you to actually touch your device. It says, okay, if it's a one button thing, well, okay, you touched it. Then all the cop has to do is say, oh, they were doing this or that. You know, at what point do you get to prove that you weren't actually texting, that you were just hanging up, or just activating a call, or just hitting record on something with one button? At what point do we do that? Is that an argument that you have to have in court? And once you have that ticket, you're already inconvenienced. You've already had to take the time off of work. You've already missed that. And then, as one of my other videos illustrates, a police officer saying, whatever we tell the judge, we don't lie, sir. Well, there you go. You know, you've already got 2 strikes against you. You have the testimony of the officer, and then you have the judge just believing him, and then you're kind of screwed, unless, of course, you have a camera. So there are times where they say, yeah, if it's navigation, you can have that. But when are you able to touch your navigation? When are you able to, you know, zoom in or hit the button to reroute your destination when you missed an exit or something? And at that time, that if they see you, that's a reason to pull you over. That's what I think is the biggest concern for me. I'm all about keeping the roads safer and saving lives. So I'm just saying, don't do it. Don't be handling your phone. Certainly don't be texting while you're driving. But cover your own butt and get yourself a camera that not only shows outside, but shows the inside. Right now I've got a GoPro in here. It'll record up to 10 hours. And if nothing happens while I'm driving, I get to my destination, I just delete it and start over. If anything significant did happen, I want to save it, I'll save it when I get home. Put it on a hard drive. There are dash cams that actually mounted onto your windshield will record in the front and record the inside of the cab. That's a, you see a lot of Uber drivers using that to protect themselves.
They have rear view mirrors that do it too. The ones that have the back cameras.
You buy a separate mirror and replace it there, or put one over your mirror. I've seen those.
Yeah, one of my friends has one, and his dad watches everywhere he goes. Like, you can access it from your phone and watch the footage.
So I think the bottom line is you need to protect yourself. Keep other motorists safe by not breaking the law. Keep yourself safe and don't get in a wreck by actually paying attention to the road. But The bottom line is you got to cover your own butt. Get a camera that shows you, so if you are unjustly pulled over, you can prove that you didn't do anything wrong. All of my cars are equipped with front and rear facing dash cameras. I really like the Blackview Pitasoft cameras. They're dual channel. They have Wi-Fi. They can record to the cloud and notify you if there's any motion when your car is parked. But now, especially because of this law, I make sure that I also have a GoPro installed and recording at all times that I'm behind the wheel. So in this Hummer, I don't have a Bluetooth setup, but I do have a dongle. Don't you love saying dongle? Don't you love hearing the word dongle? Dongle's funny. Anyway, I do have a dongle into the auxiliary so I can make phone calls and keep my hands on the wheel and off the device. So we'll try it out. Hey Siri, call Mama.
Calling Mama. Other phone.
Hi, honey.
Hey, so I'm in the car and I'm talking hands-free because the law went into effect today that you cannot be touching your cell phone or an electronic device while you're driving at all.
Okay, but what about, can you touch it with your voice?
Yeah, that's what I did. I asked Siri to call you.
Oh, okay. All right.
So,
I'll try and hear you then.
Or is it, I'm sorry, is it hard for you to hear me right now?
No, it's fine right now. It's fine. It's good.
You sound great. What are you eating?
Marie Callender's lime pie.
I got you.
They were on sale last weekend, so I got one.
Well, save a slice for me.
Yeah, okay.
Again, it does not apply to anyone 18 years of age or older who use the device to automatically convert voice-based communication. Shut up, bird! It does not apply to any person 18 years of age or older who uses the device. You stupid bird!